Hi guys, I'm the trading amateur. Welcome to my channel, completely new. I'm gonna be going over a couple of stocks in my portfolio and kind of just seeing how things go along through the years. A little bit about me. My name's Aki. I'm a finance student in my junior year of college, and um, basically I just want to take you guys through some of my investing adventures, see how things go, and by no means am I an expert. I All of my learning has been like through YouTube and like articles online, but I guess with this channel, I want to go ahead and prove that, you don't have to be an expert to get into investing and make it sort of your side hustle for some side income. So, I guess without further ado, I'll just go through my profile a little bit. We got Plug Power, 100 shares of that. This one was pretty good. During the start of the pandemic, I believe that was like somewhere in March or so, or maybe a little earlier. Anyways, I bought in at $4, which was not at the lowest, but still at a pretty good point. We can see here in March, reached 276, and like I haven't really kept up with the news or anything. I just read one article that said Plug Power had potential, so I bought 100 shares. Now it's hovering around 11, $12. So right now it's a 179% return, which is pretty good. But of course, um, not every stock is profitable, as you can see later down the line. We'll look into it later. We got Tesla here, 6 shares. After the stock split, as we know, dropped a lot. Look at this, 15% after hours over here. So actually, I'm uploading this on a Monday, Labor Day. Right now it's like 2 a.m. I live in Hawaii, so hopefully I can get this video up in time and we can see for Tuesday. Hopefully it'll be a green day. Anyways, Tesla got 6 shares. Average cost, so what's that? About a little over 400 for each one. So not too good now, but as we know, Tesla can always rally back. So there's hope. Workhorse. Um, I'll take you. Nah, I'll do it in some other video. But Workhorse is making like the last delivery vehicles. Like the United States Postal Service, their mail trucks and such. Basically, Workhorse is working on an electric uh vehicle lineup specifically for those. So we'll see how that goes. But if they land a deal with the USPS, like this thing could skyrocket. Got Neo, basically the Chinese version of Tesla. Bought in at about 1850. Right now it's not doing too good. Actually, because they diluted shares as well. So we'll have to see how things go for this. But Neo could become the next Tesla. IVR, it's a mortgage real estate investment trust. It's actually, I'm gonna exit a full screen here. Go to the IVR's dividend. And before the pandemic, actually, they were pumping out pretty good dividends here. You can see here. I'll zoom in a bit. 50 cents per quarter, just about. So can you imagine if it is at 50 cents, that's a $2 dividend a year. Right now it's actually at 280. So there is potential if this company survives throughout the pandemic and recovers. We look at the 1 year graph. Right before it was like around $18. When pandemic hits, it dropped down to 2, spiked back up to around 7 at one point. Now it's just been kind of stagnant. So, it is a bit on the riskier side, but it's something to look into. Blink charging, electric vehicle charging. I think most of you guys know about already. I got 400 shares through being assigned through options, but not too worried yet. But got in for 875 average cost, so we'll see. Um, these are a little bit less exciting, but I'll go through them briefly. This is Equinox Gold. Um, sometimes I even forget what these companies are about. Gold mining properties. So Figured just to diversify. Bought it at 9. It's up a little over $2. All right, moving on. PayPal. You know, PayPal has actually been doing pretty good just because so much shopping has moved to online. Bought in at around 120. It's around 190 right now, or 180, I guess. So that's pretty good. I wish I bought more, though. I only have 2 shares. LiveX Live. I don't know too much about this company, but according to your digital media company that does like live music, internet radio, uh, music, video content, just online. And it reached a low at some point, like around 180. I figured like the only direction it can really go is up. So right now it's at 240, but it's on a downwards trend a bit. So we'll have to see about that one. Logitech. I mean, so many people are buying like webcams and like computer equipment in general because of these online Zoom calls. So I bought it at 38. It's almost doubled right now what I invested in. So that's pretty good. Okay. Sony, as we know, they released the PlayStation recently. And, you know, I figured it's a electronics company. Like, how much lower could it actually get? Because this was during the start of the pandemic as well. I got 3 shares. You know, their earnings been kind of in the upwards trend. So, I mean, we'll see. Nokia. So actually, Nokia, when you think of Nokia, you're thinking of those heavy phones, right? Like, I mean, they probably are still working on phones, but they're also working on 5G as well. I saw an article recently about like they're competing with a whole bunch of other companies in 5G. And you know, actually Nokia is making money and kind of on an upwards trend, I would say, looking at this graph. But we'll see. I wish I bought more. I think it was a bit higher at one point. Let's take a look at the 1 year. Oh, maybe not. Okay. But like I bought it at $4, so we're hanging in there for now. Pinterest. You know, I figured because of the pandemic, everyone's locked indoors. You know, they wanna maybe take up a new craft or some sort. Pinterest is a good site for that. Bought it at 23. This was actually stagnant for a long time. I was thinking of selling it. I'm glad I haven't because it actually gone up in recent time. There was a spike somewhere. Ah, yeah, here we go. July. It was stagnant then, but spiked upwards, and we're chilling. Okay, these I won't go through, but it's basically Norwegian Cruise Line and Carnival Cruise Lines, and I believe they've started cruises again with the pandemic going on. Maybe in limited locations, but it's promising news. Hopefully, life gets back to normal soon. This is some environmental company. Let's see, Seco Environmental. Again, I saw it was low. I figured it could only go up. Not really too sure what they do. Okay, what's next? Lost my place. Oh, here. Delta Airlines. This T-Mobile. I'm sorry, not T-Mobile. AT&T. I bought in around $30. AT&T, they actually pay a 50-cent dividend a quarter, about $2. So if you're looking for something with like a stable dividend, I would say AT&T is a pretty good pick. So I have 51 shares, so that's a year. That's like an extra $102 in my pocket if they keep it the same, of course. But AT&T has been pretty good with it so far. One thing I'm worried about though is T-Mobile, especially they're picking up so much speed with 5G and whatnot. Okay, 3M. It's the company that makes those N95 masks, amongst other things. HP, Hewlett Packard, the computer company. Uh, been bought in at 22. I believe this was before the pandemic, one of the few I had before. And I mean, it's doing okay. Just wish it was a bit higher. But I mean, sales are good. I saw this graph when I bought it. that would keep trending upwards. It's a little bit lower, but nothing too worrying. Alright, got a few more to go and we're almost done. Discover Financial Services. This is Fiat Chrysler Automobile. Bought in at 12.55. It is recovering, I would say. Yeah, so hopefully in a few months or so we'll break back even. This is Western Digital. I bought them because I know they're a large supplier of hard drives, but apparently it hasn't really recovered since the pandemic. I believe this is it here in March, yeah. Dropped to like 29, and it hasn't recovered much since then. 68, I bought it, I guess, right before the pandemic I bought it, so. Uh, Let me go in full screen here. Got it. Express, they're a clothing company. Um, don't know much about it. I just saw it as a penny stock with potential. It's been going down, so not the best investment I made. Okay, last one. Casper Sleep. Um, they make sleeping products. That's all I know. It is up. I feel like I might sell it though, because we look, it's like just up and down, up and down. This is the 1 month graph. Let's take a look at 3 month. 3 months, same thing. 1 year. I mean, I guess it's trending upwards. So, yeah, that's my portfolio. $20,000 in 2020. Um, we'll see how things go. In this channel, I'm gonna be posting some more videos, not necessarily only of my profile, but like of interesting things I find in the market or in the news, actually, or any stocks I see with potential. So yeah, stick around. We'll see you next time.